While planning for your narrative writing task in Cambridge IGCSE English or O level English or Pearson and Excel, when you are planning for your narrative writing, one of the important things is that you have to choose a genre, a type of narrative writing, a type of story that you are going to write. Because throughout writing the story, it helps you adhere to all the features of that particular type or genre of narrative writing. So you might have been reading stories, you have might have been watching movies, and as you can recall, you would have absorbed certain features of comedy, of tragedy, of mystery, and of course of fantasy. So when we read something or we listen to a story, there are certain features associated with that type of story. So it's very important and essential while planning your story, choose the right genre for your purpose. So if it's comedy, the central characters of a comedy are from a normal background rather than privileged or powerful, and those people are amusing and likable, resourceful. So while describing your people and character in your story and giving them dialogue, you should present them from normal background, because if you read most famous stories from comedy like William Shakespeare's work or others, you will find they're ordinary people, common people, and what type of settings, the place and situation setting that is there in comedy. Normally, it's recognizable in normal places such as family homes or workplaces. And typical events that happen in comedy are character faces a series of problems. Often, the character falls in love, funny situations, and they make mistakes. Ending in comedy, there is almost always happy ending. The character achieves their ambition or succeeds in some way. So what happens in tragedy if you choose to write the story in tragedy? So the central characters, often from a noble or important background here in tragedy, flawed in some way, there is a tragic flaw in their character. So when you are writing your story, you should choose such characters where you can show a tragic flaw in their personality. Setting in tragedy, there may be historical or royal courts or significant places tied to the character's status. So if he's a king, so there is of course court. If he's a great man at a great place, he might have a great public office. Typical events that happen in tragedy: character makes mistake or faces forces beyond their control, like even fate or destiny that is not in our control. So character faces such forces that he cannot control in tragedies, and events actually lead to the downfall of main characters. Ending. So in tragedy, there is always sad or disastrous ending, usually death or ruin of the central character. There is other type of stories or narrative writing that we call mystery. So in mystery, the central characters are detective, amateur, salute, or curious ordinary person who want to know, who have curiosity to find out the things. Settings in these type of stories are often urban settings, small towns or isolated locations. Typical events that happen in these type of stories are: a crime or puzzling event occurs, clues are discovered, suspects investigated, tension builds. So if you choose this way to write this way, you should create tension using certain language. Ending: mystery is solved, criminal is caught, or truth revealed. May have a twist ending as well. There can be twist ending too. And if you choose to write fantasy, so the central characters are hero or heroine or group with special abilities, sometimes ordinary person drawn into magical events. Then setting in fantasy, in this type of narrative writing, there are often imaginary words, not real, like magical kingdoms or altered versions of the real world, fairies, far off lands. Typical events that happen here: quest, battles, and adventures, encounters with magical creatures, and also supernatural beings. Use of supernatural powers is also common in fantasies. The type of endings that can be in these type of stories or narrative writings: resolution of main conflict, so the main conflict is resolved. Good usually trims over evil, so there is a struggle between good and evil, may leave room for sequels. So you have to carefully select what type of story you are going to write, so you should apply the same features to form a beautiful, coherent piece of text in your narrative writing. If you want to know about other things related to narrative writing, you can see all of the topics about narrative writing. For further study, you can go through the Helen Tolan and Helen Rees book, Cambridge IGCSE English as First Language, and also Cambridge O Level English 1123. There will be around ninth chapter, that is narrative writing. So if you study that chapter, there are a lot of exercises and practical things to do. Also, choosing a genre, there is a wonderful topic in that book. See you again in the next topic. Take care. Do not forget to share your feedback in the comment section below.